Hello, this is Kania and welcome back to Fluffycheeks character design. So today I decided to go with a little kiwi girl. And I haven't had a slice of kiwi in a long time, but one of my friends wanted me to do a drawing of a kiwi girl. And so here she is. I'm coloring her in now. And she has a big old kiwi and a bunch of kiwis around her. And as I'm doing these characters, I try to really bring out not just the character, but also the fruit or vegetables, or will eventually be added in to this, what I call the Fluffycheeks character design garden series. So this is a little series I'm working on making a sign for the garden series, and I think it would be kind of cute to call her KeeKee the Kiwi girl. I don't know. And like I ask in all the other videos, what do you think that their name should be? Some of them I do name, and others I kind of leave it up to your imagination to name them. So I would like to see in the comments section what you think their name should be. I called her Key, or KeeKee the Kiwi girl, and she is very happy with her kiwi. So I normally start here with, the base color as usual. And then I go in and I do my shading, use 3 different colors. And I always kind of start with my lightest tone first. And I do have to swatch depending on which paper I'm using. Sometimes I use cardstock, but I believe that this is the Strathmore Bristol paper. I think I'm saying that right. But I normally use this for markers. I think it's probably one of my favorite papers for markers. And it's just like a marker pad. I get it from Michael's. And I have tried lots of different paper. Another favorite paper definitely is cardstock paper. I'm still working on trying different brands of that. So I'm just coloring in her skin tone and using, of course, the beloved ohuhu markers. So as you see, I go in, I try to move as quickly as I can, but I try to go back in with the lightest tone and kind of blend in where I put shadow. And as you can see, sometimes that takes a little bit work to work that in. And I forgot to add the little bloop to the nose, so I ended up adding that in after shading the face in. And just finishing up her little hands here. And she's really holding on to that kiwi. She really is like, no, you can't have my kiwi. She might share, I don't know. for the cheeks, I was working on trying to make sure that I find a blush for the cheeks enough that you could sort of see it. I didn't want it to be too dark, but then I didn't want it to be too bright. So just enough blush on her little cheeks there and kind of blend that into the face. So next were the kiwis. So I went in and it took me a while to kind of match up colors of kiwis. The different colored kiwis are, you know, you can find on Google, of course. And first off, I was trying to figure out the center section. So sometimes you see people coloring in like a green color, and then sometimes people color it in like a white color or yellow color. So I found an in-between-ish colors, kind of like a really, really light yellowish green for the middle. And then just kind of really tried to find a kiwi green, which I think I did a pretty good job of finding a kiwi green. I did a lot of swatching and comparing greens and see which greens I could kind of blend together okay-esque. And so figured these three colors that I chose for the kiwi were pretty close. And I went, of course I'll add, you know, the seeds later in the video, you'll see. But I was just trying to get the basic color down first, and I was pretty happy with the color choices. I think I did a pretty good job on finding a good color green for the kiwi, and now it's starting to look juicy and edible, right? Doesn't it look juicy? Does it look juicy kiwi? Yum yum. So I noticed that, you know, like when you cut a kiwi open, you have like this little ring, like a darker green ring. So that's what I was adding around the edges there. And I guess that's because that it's close to where the skin of the kiwi is. I don't know. I could be making that up. I'm pretty sure I'm probably making that up. But anyways, it's like a little darker green ring. So I made sure that I put that on all of the kiwis. So I know that me coloring in these kiwis are making you really hungry to taste a kiwi. I know, I'm hungry too. So you'll notice on all of the Fluffycheeks garden design characters that I love doing the earrings to match whatever fruit that or vegetable they're holding. I haven't done any vegetables yet. I think I should do a vegetable next for next video. And I really really love doing the earrings. It's like one of my favorite things is doing the earrings and the hair bows, because I like them to match the fruit that they're holding, which I think is really cute. It's just kind of an idea that popped in my head because, you know, there's so many different designs of earrings and different styles out there for earrings, and you do see like fruit earrings and fun things like that. And then I tried to go back in, kind of blend the edges together a little bit and see what I could blend in on, so it can kind of blend into the juiciness of the rest of the kiwi, even though it's kind of part of the skin on the outside. And I always think it's interesting, like, okay, so kiwi is brown on the outside but green and juicy on the inside, and I think that's probably the most fun thing about this fruit, is just the colors of the fruit, them being green and the inside, and got little black seeds, and then you have a brown skin. It's like when you cut it open, you're not expecting to see that, but it's like magic. So I'm going in with the hair, and I want to give her brown hair. I'm using the chisel tip of the ohuhu marker, just kind of color in a little bit faster. And then for the finer areas, I'm going in with the brush tip. Sometimes I use the chisel tip, of course, like everybody else, you know, for the bigger spaces or to color something quickly. I was trying to color it quickly so I could do a little bit of blending. Probably would have used a darker brown color or added a little bit of dark gray when I blended the hair, but you know, I think it turned out okay. I probably could have gone a little bit darker, maybe one extra color with the shading, because I do go back over all of that with the other marker, and the colors end up being kind of similar, but I think that, you know, it turned out all right. Her hair turned out okay. So after coloring in her hair, it took some thought, but I decided that I wanted her to wear an orange shirt. And I guess the reason why I picked the color orange is because I always try to give the clothing that they're wearing a different color, but not too like crazy, but a different color outfit to kind of separate from the fruit color. So I gave her an orange shirt, and I think it looks kind of cute. The orange and the mix with the green kiwi just kind of sets your eyes separate from all of the kiwiness, I guess you could say, or all the kiwi green color. You know, and if you say kiwi a lot of times, it starts not to make sense. You know, you can do that with any word. So if you say it over and over and over again, kiwi, kiwi, kiwi. As I'm coloring the shoes, you'll notice that most of my characters' shoes match their shirts or their dress. And that's just something, you know, a lot of people in real life like to match their shoes with whatever their outfit is. So, of course, her orange shoes match her orange shirt. Now this was the hard part, trying to actually find the outside of the kiwi color and try to make it, I guess, look as realistic as possible. So I really tried to find, because most kiwis, like, they're brown, but they're not like super duper brown. Kind of like a dingy type brown. I don't know if that's a good way to say that, but I think I got close to the color that I wanted for the kiwi and the shading for the kiwi, like around the edges, to kind of cast a little bit of shadow. So I think I did pretty good at choosing these colors for the outside of the kiwi. What do you think? decided to, with her little legs sticking out there, give her some blue jeans. Let's pretend she has on blue jeans, but you only get to see the little crevice of it. And last but not least, once I do most of the main coloring, I do the eyes. And if you've seen some of my other videos, you notice that I really like to color in the eyes last, to where the character is saying, hey, I'm finally looking at you. And it makes me happy. So I decided to give her green eyes because kiwis are green. So I wanted her to have green eyes to match the kiwis. So here are her eyes, and you can finally say hello to her, whatever you want her name to be. I named her KeeKee the Kiwi girl. So yeah, what do you want her name to be? Or what do you think her name should be? And now I'm going in and adding the one element that kiwis have, and it's the little itty bitty little black seeds that are at the center. And a lot of little black dots. I used an ohuhu. I think if I could see the cap, might be 0.3, 0.2, or 0.5. I don't remember. It's a pretty small one, small millimeter. So this pretty much went in and added a bunch of little black dots for the kiwis to finish them off. With the white gel pen, I'm trying to add a little highlight to the inside of the kiwis, the green section, just so you can see the juiciness of the kiwi, or at least try to make it look juicier than it was. And pretty much added that everywhere. And to her eyes, the little highlight spot of her eyes. And I did notice that there was one little section of one kiwi that I missed, but you know, we'll get it. I did the outline. I did end up coloring it in. There she is. And I'm gonna sign my name and call it a day. Hope you enjoyed this kiwi girl, KeeKee the Kiwi girl. There she is. And please come back for another Fluffycheeks character design garden series. I'll be posting another video soon.